Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 42 of the Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration. And in previous episodes we had a big streak of bad luck, as if the black cat ran over our porch. So, yes, which caused me to rethink a little bit. And I'm thinking I would actually like that we let's see first our Hubble Space Telescope, and I'm figuring we haven't yet seen Moho. I mean, it's close to the sun, but still it's not exactly pointed at sun, so I'm kind of thinking I might be able just to actually give Moho a look. And that way we would be able to get some sweet science. Now then, we have a nice lineup of planets back there. So let's see, pointing at Moho, which is good, we have it targeted. And let us open the aperture. Oh, bollocks. We have fried our processor. Apparently, we were still too close to the sun. Which leaves me to believe, let's see. Yeah, we have fried the CPU. Which means we will need to send another CPU. I guess that will be one of the future missions. Now, that being said, I still don't want to give up on our Moho explorations. So, let us just set up a few more transfers. And I'm thinking from Kerbin to Moho. Yeah, 33 days. Sure, why not? Let us build a probe that will be able to go to Moho. And all the unsuccessful stuff that we had with the actual Dre's launch and then Duna probe launch started me to think that maybe I should rethink and use a little bit more Chem probes. So I'm a little bit thinking towards actually going back and just using regular chemical rockets as opposed to like near future technology, simply to see if for interplanetary burns, near future technology isn't really the world's best choice. For the satellites, yeah, sure. So I'm trying now to make the probe that's basically very minimalistic, but it still holds enough possibilities for science. So yeah, 4 of them, I don't think it will cut it, but 3 of them they could work. Okay, so let's put them like this. Okay, Communotron antenna. Stick it. Yeah, thank you. Then let's see, what else do we got? Science experiments, obviously. Actually, accelerometer you only need when landed, and the purpose of these probes are more like flybys. Something like the Voyager, I guess. Let's see. Probodobodyne Hex is the probe core of choice, but I'm actually thinking maybe it should have been better if I used Octo. I don't know. Let's roll with this for now, shall we? And let's call it Mini Science Probe Regular Drive, or actually let's call it Chem, like that we know it's chemical rockets. So I'm just gonna accelerate a little bit building because it does take time, and I guess it's not the most important things, but I think it's kind of important for you guys to actually see how am I constructing probes and stuff, so why not? Then again, well, a little bit science can't hurt, can it now? Let's see, magnetometer, we want to put it actually somewhere where, yeah, like at 90 degrees to this hold up, but still valid enough. Yeah, okay, cool. Then we have barometer, obviously. What else do we got? No, I don't want scan set and surface sensors. These are all parts of these. I just want small surface sensors that can net me some science. Come on, guys. Let's see. Okay. Too hot. Sure. Gravioli, obviously. And accelerometer. Fine. Orbital telescope. A little bit too big for my taste. Is there anything else that we can put on? No. Okay, I think the center of mass is slightly off because of the magnetometer boom. So I'm putting here a little bit batteries just to see if I can make it better. Then I figured, let's put 2 batteries. I mean, this one is mass 0.15 and the batteries are 0.05. So at least we'll have 2 on the other side. So 3 we just won't be able to fit. It's not enough room. So let's put them like this. 1 and 2. Cool. Okay. That gives us also some additional batteries, because why not? One thing that I've learned now building these probes and playing with dang it, you need redundancy. And it's ever more so important when playing with dang it. So, yeah. Let's see. Fuel tanks. I really don't like these small ones like toroidal fuel tanks. I actually prefer just regular fuel tank, stick it there and be done with it. Let's see for the engines. I heard that this ant is very efficient. Wow, 2900 delta V. That's just awesome. But then our thrust to weight for Dres is big, but I guess for Kerbin is pretty crappy. Now I only realized that my body is equaling Dres and not. So I was wondering why I had such high thrust to weight ratios. Yes. No, I think it's just a matter of time before I figure it out. Let's see how extending. It actually doesn't look pretty. Is there a better place like this? Yeah, like this could work. Yeah, just keep it retracted and that's it. Sure, why not? Then again, what else do we got? Then we need this guy, which is, yeah, because if we want to reach Dres, this is the Communitron 8888 that we actually want to use, so, I mean, range-wise. And then we need to put solar panels, which we do, which is good enough, I guess. Let's retract this. And now let's add lifter to the stage. So, fairing, well, I have to go with the 1.25 extended fairing, clearly, because otherwise it won't fit, so I'm just trying to find it. Yes, and very small actual fairing, but it shows a little bit through, so let's just make it slightly bigger. Okay, yeah, this looks healthy enough. Communitron group 1, this group 2, that group 3, and yeah, that group 4, group 5. Okay, cool. With the assigned groups, we can then close the fairing and let us build the lifter. So, I'm thinking let's see, I'm thinking just regular, but first we actually need a probe core and because we want to be recovering this stage. Okay, given the fact that we have lost a lot of money in the previous episode on SSTOs and probes, the government decided to actually tighten our budget, so we actually do need to care how much we are spending. We still have a lot of funds, but still we need to be careful. As simple as that. Okay, the probe core we have. The batteries we will need at the bottom for the return for the lifter, because the lifter I'm hoping to this time not only deorbit but also recover. So I'm putting communotron, another Omni antenna, which is good. Good enough, so to say. And yeah, a little bit more building here, because come on, last time it was just launches and not just failed launches basically. Okay, let's put these guys up. And then I need I'm thinking just some solar panels, because that we also need. Like 4 of these. So we got 4 of these and 4 of those, and hopefully this should retrieve the lifter stage quite beautifully. Oh, we need also the reaction wheels, which makes sense. I'll fix the staging later, and yeah. So let's see, when this decouples, the parachutes shouldn't fire, they should go on top stage, and engines, that one, yeah, sure. And when I'm still looking at the dress, and I'm looking, oh my god, these are just crazy thrust to weight ratios. It will sink in after a while. Radial decouplers, and what else do we have? I mean, we still have not stellar delta V, but fairly decent, and I don't want the probe to be circularizing, so let's just put it like this. Like this. Let's put some parachutes on top, and let's then draw some fuel lines from these 2 guys back to the main motor, and those will be like basically just not rocket engines but just drop tanks. We go far and up, and so the moment we actually consume anything from it, when it's done, we just dump it and be none the wiser. So yeah, I'm trying to go as simple as possible on this rocket. Just adding some fins. Yeah, I think this will be good enough. Then let's see. I think I will need also some struts. Well, I'll definitely need them, it's just a matter at which point. I also have to be careful not to shift them too high up, so that our center of mass doesn't change too drastically. Let us just quickly simulate, see how it works. Yeah, going up, our delta V looks solid. Our consumption looks very thirsty, and yeah, as this liquid fuel and oxidizer gets spent, we can just ditch the fairings, I guess. Okay, dropping the tanks, and it was actually a good idea to have immediately parachutes on these tanks. So burning on now for the apoapses. You can see me going a little bit sideways. That's because we had the bad thrust to weight a couple of seconds ago. But then again, yeah. Burning for the apoapses with this chemical probe, and also trying to circularize at the same time, roughly. So let's add a maneuver node for the circularization, and I don't know if I'll be still in contact with KSC because my electric charge is dropping, but then again I'm also getting out of range. So let us open the fairings, plug out the solar panels, extend the communotron, and then after I think the circularization we will just ditch this bottom stage and recover it. Okay, burning for the circularization. Okay, great. Let's deploy the this one, and let's return this one. Okay, we have just made the orbit burn, and then again I'm looking at my thrust to weight, and it's 0.69 with a single Ant engine. So everything is working as intended, with a small tweak that our thrust to weight, in my opinion, should be higher. Delta V is decent, so I'm just thinking of actually adding more of these radial engines that are like radial ants. So let's see, what do we have? Where they are? There they are. And let's see if we add 3. Yeah, it just actually changes thrust to weight and nothing else. I think these engines are gonna be best friends for some time to come. Okay, let's see. Fixing the staging. I mean, looks healthy enough. Just wanted to double check to make sure that everything is A-okay. Building the vessel, and yeah, I guess this one will be mostly used for, I guess, Dres and Duna, I guess. While for Eve we still have that one, which is the near future technologies. We'll obviously will have to advance a little bit on that front as well, but yeah, right now my primary concern was getting into stations, so adding 2 more reliant, I guess, boosters or liquid fuel engines. And I'm just adding more fuel to see if that will help, although honestly I don't think it will. Yeah, so I guess our probe is assembled. Let's give it a run. First we rename it, and then we build it. Okay, just renaming, also science probe to Duna probe, and this Duna probe to Dres probe. Alright. And this one near future one that was supposed to go to Duna, it will go to Eve. So let's just keep it there, and yeah, coming on the Dres probe launch. Okay. And let's see what we have here. Yeah, our Duna probe, so let's launch that one. Pretty much standard launch, except this. Man, I don't know if it's just me getting sloppy, or is it something really wrong with my designs. I actually think that we were going too fast, too small of a rocket with too many heavy boosters, and I think our thrust to weight was too high. So let's see if we can salvage at least the probe. And then I realized this probe wasn't intended for landing, so yeah. Let's just see if we can safely recover it, which we can. Or can to a degree, I guess. Okay, once again, I'll need to pick up the orbital, or not, well, the trash. So yeah. Okay, fair enough. It just went to crash, bye-bye. So I actually found the previous one, and I'm just building one more. Because these 2 small chemical probes, one will hopefully go to Dres and one will hopefully go to Duna, instead of the big ones that we were using Infernal Robotics with. So that's kind of the idea. So let's work through stuff, so launch pad reconditioning and making Duna probe, chemical one with the lifter. Alright, and let us just warp to complete and actually launch it. Okay, roll it out. And this time I'm hoping for a slightly better mission, because we have Dres, Moho, Sarnus and Duna coming soon. And I really want to actually send as many probes as I can, because it takes so long until they get there, until they start returning science, and I really need more massive amounts of science to be able to unlock some cooler and interesting nodes. Okay, that being said, we have to go for the booster separation. — 25,000 meters above, we're still burning, everything looks nominal. Okay, and we have to circularize the orbit. Let's just put it around nice 105 with 105. Disconnect, extend solar panels, and let us go. Waiting until we are a little bit in the different space, sure. Okay, burning for the not apoapsis, but for circularization. Okay, and we got it. So we are maintaining connection. We rename it Mini Duna Probe 1, I guess. Chem 1. There might be Chem 2. You never know. Okay. Once again, disconnecting and enabling the satellite and deorbiting our debris, so to say. And the little satellite already had some failure, if I'm seeing this correctly, one battery, but I think that should not be a problem. So let's just now make sure that we point it in the right way and prepare for the for the transfer orbit burn. As you could probably see looking from my construction time, I plan to actually send quite a flotilla to Duna. Because, I mean, we're sending jabs, so we have to send some supplies. Then we need to figure out a landing site, and for that I'm sending ScanSat. So basically, as opposed to like one big exploration ship, I'm sending an armada. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.